Hey everyone, welcome back. Episode 100 something of Franco's World. Today's episode, it's unique. All right, it's the first of its kind. These are things that I've been teasing. These are things that have been in the works for a while. This is the new guy on the show. You'll see him all the time. And he's like, kind of co-hosting, kind of like helping me pull up news articles and all this and that. Look at the production value. We have microphones with swing arms, okay? There's paintings everywhere from our friend Big Z. He's very talented.
Yeah.
The production value of this show has gone up exponentially, and it's all thanks to this guy right here, Joey Defilippis, very funny comic, very talented person, as we're finding out.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you on here. So today's episode is going to be an introduction. It's going to be an interview. And, it's just going to be an exciting adventure we're embarking on. So, Joey, how you doing?
Dude, glad to be here. I'm the guy.
He's the guy.
I'm the guy.
Yeah, we have multiple. We keep looking over there. We have multiple cameras.
Yeah, we'll see if you end up mixing this one in.
I doubt it.
If you don't, people are going to watch that one on YouTube and be like, what does he keep pointing to and looking at? And
no, we have a producer on the side. We have a producer for the person who produces the stuff.
Yep. But yeah, dude, doing great. Excited for this.
Yeah.
Another endeavor.
I met Joey a few months ago doing stand-up, and him and Matthew Ferrara.
I
met these guys doing stand-up, and I like their energy. I like their vibe. They wanted to be really good comics, and I like to associate myself with people that are talented and want to be really good. That's really what it boils down to. And we just kept hanging out, kept talking, and we're like, oh, let's combine our powers here. And this is great. I know I've been teasing it a while in the show. I've been inconsistent with the episodes, and Joey's just like, all right, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's do this thing. So pleasure to bring you on, man.
Yeah.
Let's let the people know a little bit more about you and your comedic endeavors, your comedic journey. Because I'm very curious. Because you've only been doing this a few months, right?
Yeah, it's 3.5 months.
3.5 months, and
fresh baby.
But you've always been a fan of stand-up?
Yeah.
So what's the inception of you?
What really got me here to start doing it?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I've always been a fan of stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching it as far back as I can remember. My dad loved Charlie Murphy, or old Eddie Murphy too.
Yeah.
I meant Eddie Murphy. I don't know why I said Charlie at first. I saw Charlie Murphy live.
You met Eddie Murphy?
No, I met Charlie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw him at Caroline's when I was a freshman in high school, so that had to have been 2011, 2010.
Right.
I met Charlie Murphy, and I saw Tracy Morgan around that same time too. Got to meet him. I have that whole story,
Well, they don't know that story.
Yeah, we can get into that. But yeah, dude, always been a fan of stand-up. A lot of Bill Burr growing up too, and then so pretty much. Growing up, I was making a lot of sketches.
Mm-hmm.
That's me and Maddie Ferrara. We've been doing that since we were little ass kids. I know both of us have probably been making sketch comedy like that since we were in third grade.
Yeah.
Because I know he has old videos on YouTube, and I do too.
Oh, we're finding these.
Yeah, I don't know.
Finding
Good
these.
luck. Good luck.
I have one. It's very embarrassing on YouTube. It's called Beat Up the Nerd. I hope it's still not online. Essentially, what it was me and 3 or 4 of my pals, who will remain nameless, we fake beat up our friend because he was a dork. And and that's just what we did for fun. And I hope to God, see if you can find it on YouTube. This is where talented people like him come into play. Essentially, what it was me and my friends. We were big SNL fans.
What is it called?
It's called Beat Up the Nerd, and the channel name is Piano Man 88, I think. How many keys are on a piano?
Beat Up the Nerd. I found it.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. The Mighty Gazelle. So we were big fans of The Lonely Island, and we're like, how do we sort of make our own version of that? And that was called The Mighty Gazelle. We're in our friend's basement right here. Can they hear that?
Not really, no.
That's not... Okay. So that's our friend. He's currently... There I am. I have a lightsaber.
You guys look like you're literally 8 years old.
We're in 7th grade?
Yeah, it's true. Like 10, 11, 12.
We're talking about... I don't know. I can't watch this, bro. Oh my god.
Me and my one buddy Robbie growing up, we started like our own little sketch comedy show in like 5th grade. Like I have YouTube videos that go back as far as 5th grade. It's fucking wild. But I was always doing that. Then in high school, we started making a lot of stuff, and that's where like it started to get smarter, you know. And then throughout college, and so I started Good Crack with Maddie.
Yes.
The podcast, and I was
it's a very good podcast for those. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, we had a good time with you.
Go check that out. It's everywhere your podcasts are. It's really good.
Yeah, so we started doing that, and then it kind of just came natural of like we got to do stand up. And I think it was 2018 I was almost going to try it because I went into my phone and I have so many notes of like bits that I was writing in 2018.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I was talking about it with my one friend Sal from back home, how we always wanted to do it. And then I pussed out. And it's so funny going back and reading some of these bits. Like, they're terrible.
No.
Like,
I
zero
have,
clue.
I think I took down my first stand-up set. I lied and told all of my friends that I had been doing it. Because I didn't want to tell them it was my first time. Because I didn't want to get that, oh, it's your first time. All right. I'll laugh a little bit because it's like, okay, for a first time, it's great. But like, I told them I had been doing it and, it was fine. And I went out there at an open mic in West Virginia and I nailed it. And I was like, oh, this comedy stuff's easy, bro. And then I just sucked for the next 5 years,
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened to me. Like when I first started, like 3.5, whatever the fuck, 4 months ago, it was like 2 weeks of like riding high and being like, wow, I'm really into this. I'm doing like okay, like I'm holding my own, and then finally having that day of just bombing. Yeah, I think you were there that day, and I was just like, shit. Like
I think I told you I was like, that's good that happened.
Yeah, it had to happen.
And it wasn't like sort of like I'm glad you sucked, but it's like you have to go through these ebbs and flows. And then those who maintain are the ones who really want to do it.
Of course. And I'm still like dealing with that. I'm like a newborn to this right now.
Well, me too. I mean, I just moved up here like 4 months ago, so it's like we were meeting around the same time we were like starting the same spots and stuff. Yeah, like that. It's so much fun, man.
Yeah, that was like August, end of August.
To have guys like you and Maddie who were like, all right, we're gonna like keep grinding, keep doing this, and like hold each other accountable. Like, are you hitting this one? Are you doing this one? Like, that's that's what you need.
That's one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, and I really admire the comics that were around that hustle hard. Yeah, because like, dude,
we can name a billion of them.
Oh, I can name. Yeah, I could till I'm blue in the face. But just with anything, I really admire people who are just ready to get after it and just grind.
Yeah.
I can't stand when people are always like finding, the negativity in anything they can instead of just going head down and just hustling, just, I don't know. That's how I've always been, I guess.
Yeah. So. We appreciate greatness.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And you just know, every person who's been great at everything says that, it's sleep when dead, rest when the success comes, like shit like that, like. So I don't know. You gotta embrace that. I gotta tell you, every
night for the past, I'd say week, I tell myself, I can't wait to get some good sleep tonight. Mm-hmm. And then something happens to where it's like I'm out till 2, 3 in the morning, and I gotta be at work at 8:30.
Yeah, man.
It's just part of the grind.
It's just the grind, and granted, I could sit here and say that and sound all cool, but like I'm the exact same way.
Yeah.
But then you get the reminders, like I'll see like. Whether it's comics or filmmakers or musicians, and it's like, dude, the people who are on that I'll sleep when I'm dead mentality, like they're getting after it, and that's why they're really far ahead.
Absolutely, man. Today was last night I was hanging with a bunch of comics, our pals TJ, Brandon, Dan, all these guys, and I got home at like 3:30. All right.
One of those
New York nights. Classic New York nights.
Classic, dude.
And
on a Thursday, especially.
I was awoken by Wile E. Coyote-esque jackhammering on my roof.
It's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
I don't know how these people have the gumption and the audacity to think that they can. I mean, I have a private terrace and a private roof.
I'll tell you how.
How?
They want to get fucking paid, dude.
Yeah. Well,
If I'm that guy, I could give a shit who's sleeping under me. You know, you're like, listen, man, it's 6:03. Work started 3 minutes ago. I got to get that money. You know?
It's funny though. On my way over here, they were all sitting in the entryway of the apartment building.
They? Who's they?
The group of people.
The group of people?
Yeah, the group of people working on my roof.
Oh, okay.
The roof.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
They. Well, I didn't know their pronouns. It could be they, but they were working on eating lunch. That's what they were working on.
Yeah, they were working on a Sando.
Yeah, working on some MacDons.
Oh, nice.
That's what they're working on. But let's get back to the comedy stuff here, man. So, who are some of your comedic inspirations? I'm very curious about this because I'm trying to see if I can. A lot of the times, you can match people's comedic stylings with who they like to watch.
Yeah. Shit, man, I love Doug Stanhope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talk about this all the time. Love Sebastian Maniscalco, but like it's like I like him.
His Maniscalco.
Yeah, I like, but it's like I like him for my certain reasons. You know, it's just like I love his stage presence.
Yeah.
I love his performative nature. You know.
Did I ever tell you about that Michael Jackson Munich?
Yes,
thing?
yes.
Isn't that wild?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's very true. You can draw so much inspiration from like a superstar such as that.
I love to watch Springsteen. I love to watch Springsteen.
Yeah, another one.
He goes to work.
The boss.
But
love Hicks too, dude.
Oh, that's your gang, huh?
Yeah.
Stanhope, Hicks.
I mean, dude, like I guess comics, you know.
So you like Attell then too, yeah?
Yeah. But there's also that whole thing of like you want to be able to be that household name too when you're getting into it.
Yeah.
And which I mean you can consider them that. A lot of people people know them who they are, but
know who they are.
At the same time it's like the comics comic. It's like the Andrew Dice Clay, that people are like they hear that and they're either going to be like, "Oh, I'm into you, man," or they're going to be like, "Oh, so that's your shtick, huh?" Like, that's the kind of guy you are.
Right.
I mean, dude, Timmy D. I love Tim Dillon.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Tim's
great.
one of my favorites right now for
He's
sure.
awesome, man. The thing with Tim, what I like about him, obviously his tenacity and his like relentless work ethic, but it's like he is a very smart guy.
Dude, there's something about that.
If you're so smart, you could play off like being dumb.
Right.
Like you're smart enough to be like, I'm acting this way.
Right. And that's where like the coyness and the sarcasm just like crushes. And also for me personally, I guess it's like his Long Island nature. He just like, dude, when he goes off on a rant, it just reminds me of like people that I would know, like from my hometown in Jersey, just because like Jersey, Long Island's so similar.
I love Long Island, man.
So there's something about like watching him go off like for 30 minutes about the city of Austin. Like that's something that just brought so much joy to my heart. For example, it's just hysterical.
His material when he talks about the housing crisis and like what he was doing, and he's like, Mr. Vigilio, what we could do is we could get you a subprime mortgage and put you in a beautiful home right here in Oceanside, and like he's just like, and we're gonna go to my bank that's called Lone Hut.
Are you talking about the one who's on Chris and Giannis Papas?
He's on History Hyenas.
Yes.
He's like, sell me a loan like you would an idiot on Long Island.
There's a really good Patreon like way back in the vault where like him and Ben, they like simulate Tim trying to sell a mortgage, but like him like after a coke bender, and I forgot what it was specifically, but I just remember that being really fucking funny. Cracking up.
There's one where he is. What does he talk about? Just about. I completely lost it. Doing cocaine. We have the doing cocaine. We have the this. We have the. I completely lost where I was at with this. I don't know.
The mortgages?
The mortgages. We're talking about the mortgages. We're talking about cocaine. We're talking about Epstein. No, just kidding. I honestly, I love hearing him talk about Epstein stuff too, just because he has his ear to the ground on that situation, and I don't. Do you have any information that maybe?
I mean, do I have my ear to the ground? Not like big time, so to speak. I'm not deep in it. I try and keep up as much as I can. I saw that one, the Ghislaine, whatever the hell you want to call her, Ghislaine trial tracker account on Twitter got shut down.
Is that real?
I saw there was like a prominent Twitter account that was sharing like a lot of live updates and updates on the case and stuff. And people are like saying, "Oh, this new Twitter CEO, like he's already starting to censor more."
Is that look? Pull that out.
Dude,
is that real?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing I worry about. Because you see these things, they get in, these rabbit holes where people, maybe they edit a photo or what have you, and then it just becomes this sort of big whole thing. What is he? Twitter tracker.
Twitter suspends account providing updates on
skynews.com.au. What does that mean?
I mean, I just clicked like the first one with the headline. I'm not like some alternative news man. Just
we don't do facts here.
Don't get
me. We do.
No, I mean I saw it. I see it here, and then
That's crazy. I honestly,
there's another account I could.
The only thing I know about the Maxwell trial is that she was drawing the sketch artist. The sketch artist was drawing a picture of Ghislaine in court, and so what Ghislaine did was draw a picture of the sketch artist, like of her, and held it up and showed it to her. Ghislaine's a real life villain.
Here it is too, and I know that this is legitimate because I saw the screenshots and you can look up the accounts.
Yeah.
Anthony Pompliano, he's like a big Bitcoin guy.
Okay.
He posted it too.
Okay.
The Maxwell Trial Tracker account and the Nancy Pelosi Portfolio Tracker account.
If this is a true thing, the Maxwell Trial Tracker and what was the other one?
The Nancy Pelosi Portfolio
Tracker, where all these politicians have, for some reason or another, get inside access to stock tips, and then they get rich.
Yeah.
And then it's honestly baffling for me that politicians are allowed to own stocks and stuff like that because they have the ability to influence like how it goes. What part of that is like legal?
Dude, it makes no sense. I mean, we go down that rabbit hole that this podcast is gonna just go south real quick.
Yeah,
but it's
that's
true.
Funny because I'm the positive like philosophy kind-hearted guy, and here I am.
Well, because now you got the guy who's like a little. I just had such a brain fart, so we'll come back to that. But yeah, you don't want to go down this rabbit hole because you're done for after that.
Yeah,
we're gonna start going into like ethics and business ethics. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as we know, you said you're a big Tim Dillon fan.
I meant to say nihilist. Thank you. There's the fucking word.
Nihilism.
I had such a brain fart.
We could talk about nihilism if you want to talk about philosophy, but
we'll get into it.
The Tim Dillon thing I was thinking of is that series of phone calls he would make to just random real estate offices in California,
fake business,
and just be like, so we were interested in this, and then like that's all. It's so crazy to me how much of business is fake business.
I mean. I started conducting some fake business of my own because I got inspired by that.
Let's start a fake business.
I mean, I have Third Horn Investments.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Bloom.
Jim Bloom, yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm opening up, the subsidiary of Third Horn Investments is Third Horn Sports.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes. Third Horn Investments has the sports book. Yeah, we did the ad. I remember that.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, dude, that was fun. I was getting deep into some commercial real estate in North Dakota at one point, and they actually reached out about a month ago to follow up, and I just couldn't find it in me to just keep it going anymore.
I tell you what, you and I need to get in on: buying land in the metaverse.
Decentraland. I mean, I have some money invested in Decentraland.
Explain the metaverse to me as if I were 10 years old.
If you were 10 years old. Hey, so you like playing Roblox, kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the Roblox? You walk around and you got your little guy walking around Roblox?
Yeah.
So the metaverse, we're going to be doing that, but like in real life, like instead of going to school, right? Like physically, you're going to just be in your room and put on these goggles and you're going to be in your little Roblox going to school.
And then that's it. And then they'd be like,
wow, that sounds really cool. Huh?
So basically, like, you wouldn't have to leave the comfort of your home. You'd be able to go to meetings and what have you, like
everything
as like a virtual character.
Dude, I'm so mark my words right now. Once this shit really gets going, there will be open mics in the metaverse. There was
open mics on Zoom.
Well, exactly, but that's what I'm saying. If people were doing Zoom shows, you bet your ass on the metaverse there's gonna be like comedy nights on the metaverse, and like people are gonna walk up with their avatar like, yeah, it was a long ride to get here. But
I used to do that on Club Penguin. I used to do that on Club Penguin. Because they had like a fake comedy stage, and I would get up there and type words.
Yes, dude, I remember that.
I was 22 years old when I did that.
I used to get banned on Club Penguin growing up. Just
Edgelord over here?
I would just walk around and be like, fuck.
Just randomly, just out of nowhere?
I'd just be like, I don't fucking care. And just
wow.
banned. Yeah.
Instant ban.
Yeah, I was like all about that. There was some sort of joy in doing that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like, from what I've gathered as far as the metaverse goes, it sounds like to me, like on NBA 2K, we all know NBA 2K, and you get a little guy in NBA 2K, and you get to run around the neighborhood, and you get to buy clothes, and you get to buy a different basketball court.
Oh, yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah.
And you're spending
money. It's funny you brought that up. So on 2K, there's a Brooklyn-based clothing brand called Kid Super.
Uh-huh.
And one of the guys that's a part of it, Adam Foda, he's like really big into just all kinds of tech, programming, cryptocurrency, like NFT, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
He's very big into tech and all that. And so one of the things that they started doing is now Kid Super clothes are on NBA 2K. You can get their clothes for your 2K character. Then they took it even further, and it was like months and months ago when the NFT stuff really started blowing up and like the metaverse was starting to become like a murmur of a thing. They opened a Kid Super store on this one metaverse called Crypto Voxels, and you can literally go on your phone right now, and I'll show you. We could go on cryptovoxels.com or whatever it is, and there's like a little pad, like it's like a Game Boy.
Yeah.
And we can go to Kid Super store on this metaverse, and we can look and browse through their stuff.
Oh my goodness.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like Minecraft.
It looks like Minecraft. But like, dude, there's real stuff like SpaceX. This is something like SpaceX sponsored.
SpaceX Metabase. Bro, you know what?
Isn't that nuts?
You know what, bro? After seeing this and because there's prominent business people that are all in this, right?
I mean, definitely. I mean, just for example, the biggest one, or I guess most popular one, Decentraland. That's like the one where a lot of virtual real estate's blowing up. Like people are making and spending lots of money.
We gotta start buying. Land is land. Okay?
Yeah, but here's land is land.
Land is land.
The crazy part is that some of the land is like it's actually expensive. Like you're actually gonna pay like a reasonable amount of money to own this digital land, this virtual land.
The people with money will continue to have money. All right. I would like to surround myself with those who have money. So if that means me throwing caution to the wind and putting all of my money in virtual coins and the metaverse or whatever, and be an early investor into this stuff, I'm in.
Well, you better get going because we're already getting late to like NFTs.
I know
like
we're
that.
late to that.
I mean, not like late.
The metaverse
but
is the one I feel like we're early on.
Yeah, well, Mark Zuckerberg and them, they just released their first universe thing. You can access it now with an Oculus, I'm pretty sure.
See?
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
It's terrifying.
It's just for some, like, it's going to have its uses where you're going to be like, wow, this is great, this is good, and then it's going to have its things, like, for example, a comedy show.
Yeah.
Where I'm just going to lose all hope in the world. Like, when that happens, a lot of my hope is lost. You know, kids being like, oh yeah, I've been crushing it all week. I've been hitting mics. And you're like, oh nice, where you been going? And they're like, well, I've been doing the Iggy's virtual, the comedy shop virtual.
The Iggy's virtual.
I do the pair virtual mic the other day was wild.
Pair virtual mic's brutal.
Oh my god, yo, O'Toole's avatar got up and started breakdancing. Like, you'd just be like, shut the fuck, like what the fuck?
Can you believe Mark Anthony walked into the Pair the other night? That was after we were all hanging out with Big Z.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to the Pair.
Yeah.
And I go to the Pair I watch 2 sets. I watch Ardenex and somebody else, I forget their name. And then I leave, and then a couple hours later, I see on the phone, it's like, oh, there's Mark Anthony.
Yeah, it's so random. Well, not random, obviously, because it's the Pair, but...
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk to him. I bought some of his clothes. He has that clothing line from Kohl's. I bought some of the clothes. He has like some sort of minority stake in the Dolphins. I love the Dolphins. We could have talked about that.
We love the Dolphins.
I know maybe 2 of his songs, something about
Oh, you mean the Miami Dolphins?
Me
I'm about to say
something.
Dolphins.
Mi vida. I don't know Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a single lick of his music.
Okay.
But he's good.
He's good.
He's good.
He's this guy.
This guy
He's
is
good.
good.
I know nothing about him.
This
He's
guy's good.
the people do got to get to know you a little bit more. So bring them up through like some of the work you've done in the past. Have you always been a creative guy? What's your main creative outlet?
Dude, it's so funny. I've never really like done anything like this before, where it's like, so, who are you, man?
It's not
What do we
necessary.
got?
This isn't like a college introductory class where I'm like, say 5 interesting things about yourself. Let's do 2 truths and a lie. But we're not doing that.
No. All right. Well,
Was there like a big? Was
I
there
grew up.
a big shift in anything, like a big moment that transpired where you're like, okay, no, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, dude. I mean, the way it went was I grew up and in middle school I always played sports growing up. I played every sport growing up. Played basketball, football, baseball.
Gym rat. This guy was a wrestler.
Just everything. Well, I didn't wrestle until high school. I didn't wrestle at all. I wish I wrestled growing up. That's something I missed out on. But I played sports growing up. I was into like drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was in middle school I tried theater out.
Wow.
And then I did like I was in Greece, 6th grade. I was Kaniki in Greece.
I don't know who that is.
He's Danny's friend, like the main dude's best friend. He like knocks the one girl up. He's just like
someone gets pregnant.
He's
in Greece?
just like well, no, but not in our middle school version. But like
I know, not in the middle school version.
Yeah, like he's like basically like the Andrew Dice Clay of the group.
Wow.
He's like oh, that kind of guy. Like,
so they made you play it. They made
so
you...
like they immediately like 6th grade. I just like I was such a confident like little like nutbag.
Yeah,
I was always like a little I don't even want to say troublemaker, but like a funny guy, and
he's a good fella.
They met me and I was like going around like, hey, how you doing? I was doing stuff like that, and they're just like, who the hell is this kid? Like he's hilarious, and not to mention just like who does he think he is?
Right.
Like the way I was like walking around, and so I did that and I loved it, and so then I was balancing doing the theater and sports at the same time. Then I did Guys and Dolls, and this is all middle school, so it's not even anything like super significant, but it was just feeding the future endeavors of like performing and creativity.
Right.
And so
then stage time, comfortability on the stage.
Yeah. And so then I was really crushing it in football, and so in 8th grade I stopped doing the theater to like worry about football. Played football all throughout high school.
Right.
Tore the ACL MCL meniscus junior year. And that was just a bummer.
That's a
brutal. So then it was kind of like.
Did you get hit or was it non-contact?
No, it was not contact.
Oh my god!
All turf, dude.
And
all
just
turf.
You tried to cut and the knee just
tried to cut and like twist and the knee just popped.
Oh
yeah. So that was one of those things where like it changed the trajectory of where I was going, I guess, with like sports and stuff. Because then I came back senior year. I played. I was a captain, but like. I didn't end up having like a season, like a big breakout season like I wanted to.
Yeah, you just were
didn't
there.
end up wrestling because the knee was all fucked up and I didn't really. So, graduate high school, and at this point now, I'm we were making sketches for fun, always doing that stuff, and then I go to college my freshman year at Monmouth University.
Go Hawks!
Yeah, and that was a great time. I met a lot of great people there. Got to witness a great year of basketball for them.
Really?
That was the year that like they started to really break out.
That's funny that
like
you were there for that.
The Monmouth bench. That was like
bench
a big
mob.
thing. Yeah,
bench mob.
mob. Like all of that.
Monmouth bench.
And so I was there for that, and I was studying business with a minor in film.
Yeah, this guy has fun.
And I was just like, I can't do this business shit. I can't do the business shit. I'm like, I really got to figure out how I can go more towards film and like making. Like, I was really always into filmmaking growing up. Like, ever since I was a kid, I was, like, shooting and editing things. Even if it wasn't anything spectacular, I just liked that.
Yeah.
So, long story short, transfer to New York, Marymount in the city, and come out to the big city, and I was doing the whole filmmaking thing.
Yep.
And from student films, getting, like, internships, working on sets, graduated college. And then I was working on a feature film set. My good friend Michael Perrone wrote and directed it. The Man Behind the Camera just released actually 2 months ago at Cypress. I think it's Cypress. something like that.
Mm-hmm.
In Mystic Film Festival in Connecticut, and then Cypress in Hermosa Beach. So I was working on that movie with them. They brought me on to direct a behind-the-scenes documentary, and then I ended up becoming a part of like the core team, helping them with producing throughout the rest of the project, because we had to shoot it in multiple multiple sets, because no, not even that. Like it was supposed to be like a 27-day shoot. Day 23, 24 shut down, and then it was like for the next year and a half, like 1 or 2 days here, 1 week here. So it took a while to finish up, but we finished that. But yeah, so pretty much was always working in some sort of creative industry. I was doing event photography all throughout college, shooting like bar mitzvahs and weddings and shit like that. And that's where I had met the producer of that project that introduced me to everyone. And so it was just a matter of, dude, I did so many dumb and wild jobs like growing up and all throughout college. Like I've worked so many jobs, and then even when I got into like the creative fields, I worked so many random creative jobs.
What would you say was the most like obscure thing that you had to do
ever, like as a job?
Yeah, as an odd job. I mean, I've washed dishes. This was back when I was like 15.
Dude, everything you can imagine. I've demoed houses. I
did demo.
Dude, I worked at a bounce house company for like 3 years throughout college.
A bounce house
company?
Dude,
like a bounce house entertainment company. And
for like children's birthday parties.
Dude, children's birthday parties, last day of school, community events, everything. And it like I've been trying to start writing like some jokes about it, because dude, I had so many dumb experiences, and it was the most stressful job sometimes.
Really?
And you're dealing with kids. So you got like we would do some events, and then we would kind of have to supervise the kids, and I would be dealing with these kids, like being like, all right guys, 3 kids in 3 kids in the bounce house at a time, and they're like, fuck you, and then it's like 7 little kids in a bounce house, and you feel like a moron.
Yeah,
doing
and then
that,
one gets hurt, and then you get in trouble.
Yeah, but I'm just a college kid, so it was fun, and I worked with a lot of funny people, so that kind of made it more fun.
Yeah.
But one of the worst jobs I had was working at Muscle Maker Grill in Midtown.
Muscle Maker Grill.
In Midtown East.
Is this place still open?
I don't know.
Muscle Maker Grill.
Yeah, it's like a chain. It's a chain.
Is it like one of those places that like I presumed it's just protein heavy menu?
They still have them.
Muscle Maker Grill.
Yeah, dude, it's like healthy foods, you know? It's really good, to be quite honest. You can get like wraps, bowls. They got meal.
Is it frozen? This thing looks frozen.
No, that's their meal plan. They have a meal plan thing.
They have meal plan. They have catering. They have more favorites. Burger bar.
Yeah, they got burgers, salads, sandwiches, wraps, and it's all just like good stuff. But I worked there, dude, and that, like, talk about a miserable job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like I was like a cashier at this dumb
Muscle
like restaurant
Milk.
chain, and it was
What is the
right
name of
next
it?
Muscle Maker Grill,
Muscle Maker.
right next to a Crunch.
Oh, the fitness place.
So dudes would come in, yeah, what's up, bro? I'm here to pick up my meal prep. Where's that at? And it's like 5 weeks of meal prep. I'm like carrying out for these guys.
That's the thing I don't understand about meal prepping. It is like you have to store it properly. Otherwise, there's so much bacteria on this food.
Yeah, and
they cook it and it's like it's hot, then it's cold, and it's hot, and it's cold, and we're gonna stick it in the fridge for 3 weeks. It's like you can't do that,
dude. I meal prepped like a few times throughout college, and every time by like the 4th or 5th day, I wouldn't eat whatever I was supposed to, because I was like, I don't want to eat this, or there was just something about like, dude, I cooked this like 5 days ago. Like, I don't know. I just
that's
wasn't
the thing. You cooked it 5. Now, if you freeze it, yeah,
right.
But it's like a lot of people I imagine are just throwing it straight in the fridge.
It's solid for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah,
it's good. When you hit Thursday, Friday, things get a little weird.
Like,
and if you're hitting it till Saturday, Sunday, God bless, because I couldn't.
Grilled chicken and rice again
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday, no
you
less?
got no meatballs.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen these people?
What the hell is going on?
They're meal prep. I can't do Maniscalco. I can't do it. Oh my god.
You seen these people?
I was over at Chipotle.
They love the meal prep. Yeah. They need the meal prepping done from Muscle Maker Grill.
What's that burrito place people like to eat at these days?
Chipotle.
That bit where he's just like chicken, beans.
Oh well, you know Dylan now. Dylan, who started doing stand up recently. My one buddy with the beard.
Oh yeah.
He was with us the other day, dude. Well, I was with him in Lake George one time, and he had me doing Sebastian impressions, but like hypotheticals.
Oh yeah.
For like 2 hours, and I remember it got to the point like. It was like 3 a.m, and I was literally like falling in and out of sleep. And he'd be like, all right. You're Sebastian, and you just found out your wife is sleeping with OJ. And then I would go off on like these 20-minute long ramblings.
Nah, I gotta give you a hypothetical here. Okay.
I just remember looking at him though at one point and just being like, I can't anymore. Like I have to fucking go to bed.
You're Maniscalco, and the train is late, and you're on your way to work. The train is late. Like you're running behind.
People ask me all the time, you're living in New York City. You're taking the taxi cabs. I'm not taking the cab. It's a lot of money. I'm taking the subway. That's what I go down into the subway. I swipe my card. The Metro card. You're swiping. I have a problem with when I'm swiping it because sometimes I swipe them and I can't get through the turnstile. They started adding the mobile pay. Been doing the mobile pay, scanning in. The other day, I'm trying to get onto the 6 train. I gotta go uptown. I'm talking uptown Madison Avenue. Expensive real estate. Gorgeous offices. That some of the most powerful people that have ever lived step footing. So I'm heading down to the 6 train, and my phone says 10 minutes away. All of a sudden, I'm coming down the stairs, and I hear the bing bong. I start running down the stairs, knock over an old lady. She might be dead now. And I'm running up to the turnstile, take out my Metro card. No money on the friggin' Metro card. What the hell is going on? Mr. Train, pretty much what I'm telling you. I gotta run the work. It's like it never ends.
It never ends, dude. That was good.
Yeah, I know.
That was really good.
Pretty good riff.
For me, putting you on the spot, that story, it kind of made sense. So
yeah.
I was proud of you on that one.
Hey, I'll
nice
take
job.
it.
Yeah,
I'll take
that's
it.
Good.
C minus, B minus.
No, I'd give you a just not a B plus, but I'd give you a B.
B.
Yeah.
B minus.
It's good.
All right, cool. We'll take that.
You're an intellectual guy. You're a man of.
Yeah, I'm a pseudo intellectual.
I'm a pseudo intellectual. I'm a fake smart guy. That's how I got into that sticky situation the other night, being a fake smart guy with that 30-year-old.
Yeah, and that's how you became a baseball scout.
Oh
if I
yeah,
remember
being
correctly,
fake
too.
smart. Yeah, absolutely. I was just like lying my way into these positions, and I just walk backwards into them, and I get them, and what have you.
I'm hoping I can lie my way into a Upper East Side elderly woman's will.
I do need to find.
Nice
I do
elderly woman from the Upper East Side.
It's not anything erotic.
No,
we're strictly.
It can be.
Oh, you're open to that.
If she wants it to be.
Yeah.
I'll earn it.
I'm saying is we find an elderly lady and we befriend her, and then we take the trips. What you're saying is we find an elderly woman, we wine and dine.
No, what I'm saying is that if that's what she requires, I'm
I think a lot of these times these women just want companions, and I'm there for that.
That's great.
If she wants to get together and she wants to watch Cary Grant movies, then I'll do that with her. Yeah, maybe. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna
go to York Avenue.
We're gonna put on Turner Classic Movies, and then we're gonna order the wine that matches with the movie because they do that. They pair it.
We're gonna put on a little Gone with the Wind.
Oh yeah.
Get a little
first movie
red
that ever
wine.
cursed.
Yeah.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear, I do not give a damn.
Yeah, and that was like, whoa.
And then he walks out like a boss.
Like a boss.
That's cool. But yeah, dude, that would be great. I would love to lie my way into that.
Yeah. The reason I suggested you were a man of intellect is because we always talk philosophy on this show. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's a quote I've heard in passing or a truth, and you can't really own truths, you sort of, pass them along. is a quote from a baseball manager of all people. I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. And I think it can be applied to anything in life, especially, us being entertainers. And it's, don't be surprised by success.
Oh.
Don't be surprised by success.
Yes. How do you... I'll go through how I interpret it, and you can go through how you interpret it. But for me, the way I read that, it was like almost going back to, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I'm not surprised by success, or whenever something positive comes your way, it's like you have to step back and be like, I did earn this. It's not like, I can't believe this happened to me. This is insane. Be like, I've put in the work. I deserve the good things that are coming to me. That's how I read it.
Okay. I read it. I like semi agree with that, and I also read it from this place of like the whole like the idea and saying of like you don't want to get caught off guard, or you don't want to catch them by surprise.
Yeah.
I kind of see it as like, hey, don't be surprised by success, as in like don't let success be your downfall.
Huh.
Or like don't let it ruin you. Like don't be surprised by it.
Uh-huh.
Be prepared for it and work towards it so that when it comes, it doesn't like swallow you up. Like I think right away of like athletes that go broke, or like celebrities that become like drug addicts. I don't know why that's like the first thing I thought of.
Well, that's just how you
like,
interpret it, man.
Yeah, like someone that's like trying to become, famous or whatever it may be, and it finally comes, and the journey and the trip is so wild that when it's all said and done, they look back and it's like you had it all, but it really just caught you off guard and took you for a ride.
Yeah.
So
don't be surprised by success. The team that he was managing at the time, notoriously bad team, and he went to the playoffs like 3 years in a row with them, and everybody's like, how are you like doing this with this bad team? And he's like, we're not surprised by success. He's like, don't be surprised by success. We worked hard to get to this point and earn this moment.
Oh, okay. Well, now knowing that context too, that makes me think of you brought up like Alan Watts, I think, like yesterday or the day before.
Well,
or it was in your set. It was in your set.
It was that 30-year-old
the
woman.
30-year-old,
She
yeah.
was like, what really happened was she asked if I knew who Alan Watts was. That's not the joke, but that's what happened. And I go, yeah, I know who he is. I'm a big fan of like his overthinking philosophy. The person who thinks never, just thinks about thoughts. That whole thing.
Yeah. And he said something, I'm going to butcher the hell out of it, but, just preface it with that. He says something along the lines of, like you can't want anything, you can't desire anything, and pretty much says that if you want something really bad, you have to not want it. You don't want it, and that's how you get it. I'm
trying to understand that.
Yeah, and again, it's just me being a moron and not explaining it well enough. But it's like, you want success, don't desire it, don't want it. Just like do the right things that you feel that you have to do, but just let it come. Let it happen, I guess.
know? There was another one, and I heard it's sort of, I wasn't looking up quotes about feet, but it just so happened to be two things talking about feet. One person said, be where your feet are. And
like
the other
Tarantino.
And the other person said, don't let grass grow under your feet. So I'm so confused because I respect both of these people that said these things, and one is talking about being in the moment, be where your feet are, and the other one is talking about don't let grass grow under your feet, so always be prepared for change.
I think they could still be friends with one another.
Okay.
Because it's stand where your feet are.
Be where your feet are.
Be where your feet are. Be in the moment. Live in the moment. Live in the now.
Yeah.
But then don't let grass grow under your feet. Don't stay stagnant. Don't stay in one place. And I think that totally makes sense. Like change and grow and walk somewhere new.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's saying.
The other one that coincided with the don't let grass grow under your feet is that like just change is never a bad thing. That's what he was saying. He was just like, the moment you have to make a decision about something, you're gonna make like a rash decision, and it's gonna be not good. So it's like know what you're going after and then like go after it. Like the moment you have to make a move, as opposed to like, all right, we're going to make a move. If it's like, I have to do this, then it's like it might already be too late.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
Maybe
That
this
works
ties
for
in.
me.
Maybe this ties in with the metaverse. Man, we have to get into the metaverse. Oh, we have to? Well, then it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, with that, it's like, I think you just, I think for me personally, I just want to have like a good balance of it. Like, I'm going to embrace it, but I'm not embracing it too much.
Okay.
Because if you don't embrace it, then you're fucked. Like, just like anything else that's new and is inevitable, you need to embrace it a bit. But again, like we said, yeah, I'm not, the moment I see like a show or a mic or something like that on the metaverse, you will not be seen. I will not be in attendance, you know.
Where can the people see you?
Where can the people see me?
Yeah.
They can see me on Instagram at Joey Deef, JoeyDeef, or on the Good Crack Podcast, which is everywhere podcasts are found.
That's right.
You can find us at Good Crack Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere.
Yeah.
That's where they can come see me.
Awesome, man. He's going to be doing spots all over the city very soon.
Yes, that too.
He's a very talented young guy. Him and Matthew. We don't have Matthew on today, but Matthew will be on eventually.
Sure.
Again, man, this is exciting. I'm excited to embark on this journey. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
And thank you all for taking time every day to listen to this episode. I hope you enjoy it wherever you may be listening, however you may be listening. Sorry, excuse me. And keep taking care of yourselves, and I will see you when I see you. Have a good day.
Peace.